It's always helpful to have a dashboard that shows high-level metrics and how a business is performing at any given point in time. However, sometimes dashboards just show you the aggregation and does not allow you to dig deeper to understand what is driving a certain trend. In this scenario of the property management data set, we might see that expenses are lower in 2026 than they were in the past couple of years. But how can we dig deeper into this? The way we might do that in GoFig is by downloading this dashboard as an Excel file. The Excel export of the dashboard will always include the data table that has all of the source data, not just the summarized data. So we can see expenses by the account name and by the entity name and the entity type. That allows us to do additional operations to go further into the data that we were seeing. For example, we were looking at total operating expenses in the first chart in this dashboard. There's already a pivot table here that shows us what that amount is by month, and we can continue to pivot it further by account name. One of the things that I noticed is that there's a lot of variance in the monthly advertising and marketing expense. I'm seeing a lot of high numbers in September of 2025. And one hypothesis that I might have is, how did that increased marketing expense drive revenue? So we don't have revenue data here, but what we do have the Claude plugin attached with the GoFig connector already set up. So we can go further. We're not limited by the data that's here already. We can connect directly to the data source that GoFig has access to and continue to do our analysis in Excel. For example, I noticed that we spent much more on advertising and marketing in September 2025 compared to the rest of the last 12 months. Did we see any benefit from this? I want to overlay data containing new leases signed for each of those 12 months. Did new leases signed correlate with the additional marketing spend? And now Claude has access to the data that's in Excel, but also the data in our database that using the GoFig connector. And it will do the rest of the work to fetch that data, do the analysis, and overlay both the new leases signed and marketing spends on top of each other. Together with GoFig, Claude has done the analysis to get the data and overlay both the marketing spend and the new leases signed. And what we see is that there is no correlation, or very little correlation between the two. So that's something that I would take to the marketing team to show them and understand, what did we do here and why did we spend that much money on marketing? Now, to send this to my marketing team, I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to turn this into a dashboard that I can publish on GoFig, that this is not just a static report, but an ongoing report that we can set for our team going forward. And there it is. Created a dashboard that I can access. Here's the dashboard now that has our total spend and new leases signed over the last 12 months, and then that trend that we had seen in the Excel workbook, showing new leases signed alongside the marketing spend. Now, to share this with my team, I can hit the share button and grant them access. And so now what you've seen is the ability to work with data with this native integration between our database and our dashboarding system and Excel, all in one cohesive workflow without having to copy and paste or upload data into any system. It's all wired together. And this is really the future of analytics. It's the perfect balance of both beautiful dashboards that show you the high-level metrics and the ability to drill down further inside a spreadsheet.